What's up, everybody? Welcome to Prime Sports Media. Let's get at it right now. I'm your host. Happy Father's Day to all fathers out there. This is fantastic. Let me get at it right now. This is your day, fathers. I'm a father as well, and fathers are very important. We don't get enough credit like we should, but the reality is that fathers are very important to raising young boys into men, and also mentoring and supporting and raising daughters into ladies. This is very important. And the reason why I'm doing this video today is because of Coach Primetime. Coach Prime, as you know, has made it a family affair. When he was at Jackson State, he had both his son, Shilo Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, and of course his daughter was there playing basketball on the Jackson State ladies basketball team. And of course he's brought her right on over to Colorado right now. Let me put this up here for your, so that's his daughter. She's now going to be playing basketball for CU, Colorado University. She's going to be there with her father, family as well. And we already know that Shedeur is there as well. Let me put him up here. We know he's there, obviously. And we know that Shilo is doing his thing now. The reason why I bring this up, and then of course his son, the one who's putting all the social media together that we all enjoy, and that's his son. That's Sanders Jr. Deion Sanders Jr. is his son, and he's doing a fine job when it comes to the social media. Now, I bring this up is because these are his children, his sons, his daughters, and I think it's very important. His daughter has graduated. Shilo has graduated from Jackson State and now has come on over to be a part of what's happening at Colorado as a player. And that's his other daughter, a little bit younger, older daughter there, who he had from his first marriage. So both Deion Jr., Sanders Jr., and his sister, that's Coach Prime's first wife right there that he had. And what's great about this is that he has a relationship with his kids, and that is very, very important. What I'm going to show you today is a series of videos that represent and reinforce everything that I'm saying about the importance of fatherhood, and I believe that Coach Prime exemplifies all of these characteristics as a father, the character, the principles, which plays into coaching. He said something to an old teammate of his from the Atlanta Falcon days. Remember, Deion left the Atlanta Falcons for the San Francisco 49ers, signed a big deal with them. They won a Super Bowl that year in the NFL, and Andre Rison was not very happy about him leaving, but they have since made up since he's come and visit Prime at Colorado. But one of the things he said that I thought was right on point is that Coach Prime said that when he picked the coaching staff that he put together, he also was looking at coaches that are also great family men and great fathers. And he says that how can you not be a father to your own kids and a family man and then turn around and try to educate and lead and instruct and discipline and mentor young men on a football team at Colorado? It just wouldn't make sense. I want you to hear what he had to say about this right here. This is what Andre Rison, who you all will recognize. He just went and visited Coach Prime at CU, and here he goes.
I'll tell you something that all my coaches share, and it really helps me choose my staff. I don't have a guy on staff that's not a great father.
Gotcha.
Like, that's real to me.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be a father, you can't not be a father of your kids and try to raise these kids. That ain't, something wrong with that.
Yeah.
You got to take care of home.
Yeah.
To be able to take care of these kids over here, because these kids, it's 120 of these when we get started.
Yeah.
So all my coaches, man, I've seen them, I've watched them, I've witnessed them with their kids, and they're unbelievable. And that's something that you have no idea how much I commend you, man.
Now, what Coach Prime was saying was so on point, because he's saying, again, You can't be a leader of young men on a football team, or any kids, any young men, and yet you are not doing your job as a man, raising your own family, your own kids, and being in their life. This is why I have a lot of respect for Coach Prime. This goes beyond football. This video is about football, but then again, it's not. It's about the character which a man has to possess. And this is why when you look at the way Coach Prime is instructing this team, the way he wants things to go, how he says he got rid of the foolishness at Colorado with guys bringing radios into the meetings, kids not taking things serious, because Coach Prime doesn't have time for non-disciplined young men. He's got a football team to build, and they've got to prepare themselves. Hey, they got tough teams to play, TCU, Nebraska, and he wants men that are intelligent, character, principle, stand for something. And this is why I really appreciate Prime saying this again.
Yeah, and it really helps me choose my staff. I don't have a guy on staff that's not a great father.
Gotcha.
Like, that's real to me.
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
As he says right there, I don't have any coaches on my staff or anybody on my staff who happens to be a father who is not doing their job as a father. That speaks to the type of men, the kind of people that Coach Prime wants to surround himself with. And what's most importantly is that he was giving Andre Rison a compliment by saying that you are a man who takes care of your kids.
A father. You cannot be a father of your kids and try to raise these kids. That ain't something wrong with that.
Yeah.
You got to take your home.
Yeah.
To be able to take care of these.
Something is completely wrong with that. And this is why I believe Coach Prime is able to relate to these young men at Colorado. Look, let's keep this in mind. Some of these young men have grown up with a father in their life. And so Coach Prime and his coaching staff will simply be an extension to the lessons in the mentorship they got from their fathers at home. However, let's keep this in mind. Some of these young men did not have or do not have a father. And so Coach Prime will be that father figure within the 4 years. Hopefully, if they're there the whole time, or, you know, these days, you know, young men leave for the NFL and professional football. But Coach Prime will fill that void for those young men on that football team who lack the male figure or have lacked the male figure in their lives. And so this goes both ways. He reinforces those that have fathers, and he gives something to those young men who are maybe lacking in those areas. This is very important because I think a lot of people were very critical of Coach Prime when he had made statements about how when he looks at picking his players, whether it be offensive linemen and defensive linemen, he looks for a certain characteristic. And he says that he can tell young men that were raised by a father in the household because of how they respond and how they move different, because that means that they are used to a male presence in the household, giving them instructions, giving them leadership, mentorship, and discipline, versus young men who may not have had that type of mentorship or leadership in the household. This is not to say that mothers are not doing the best that they can to raise their sons and their kids, but there's a difference when you have a male in that household giving instructions. And Coach Prime says he can tell the difference in those type of kids, and he loves to recruit those type of kids that come from that kind of background in general. So, and this is why it's important, again, this being Father's Day, that a man has to stand on his 2 feet, 10 toes down, and be the best father that he can be. And I believe that Coach Prime has been that father throughout the years. He has been there for his kids. You see here in these pictures here, family reunion. He's been there with all of his kids. And I also want to say this. We know that we've heard the reports that Coach Prime is in a very serious health situation in which the doctors were talking to him and saying that, you know, if your foot gets any worse, the left foot gets any worse, that there is a chance that they may have to amputate. Now, he says he's got about 8 toes and that he understands the seriousness of the situation. The question is, can he make it through the season with his left foot giving him the problems that he's been having ever since he had these issues and surgery when he was at Jackson State? And they were talking about, I'm not a doctor, I work in the medical field, but I'm not a doctor. They were telling him about the blood flow and the arteries and how there's not enough blood getting to certain areas of his foot, and they understand that he's in discomfort. And the question is, can he make it through a season on his feet, doing what he's doing right now, risking certain health realities, and can he make it through without saying, you know what, I have no choice but to let them amputate the left foot? I'm hoping that it doesn't come to that. Pray for Coach Prime. And I'm sure him having a family around him, they are giving him support, inspiration, and emotional support that he needs. This is why family is important, and being a family man is important. I'm going to say again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Let me show you a video with Coach Prime and his family, and you can tell that they love their father. And this is why I believe Coach Prime has that ability to really connect with young people in the way that he does, and what you see on the football team and what can potentially happen with this team going forward. Let's listen to here.
It look good though. Y'all can't say nothing about it.
Somebody's from here, baby.
Thank you. Better stop. What's going on, y'all? I ain't seen y'all morning, baby. Where you been at? You know I'm clean. I'm proud of time stuff, and you know I be fresh. On my leg hair.
You hear you like Bucky.
What you want to do? Just go and get waxed?
Nair.
He does do nair.
Daddy Nair.
Yeah, but he be itching for 3 days.
So how come you don't say nothing about her when I had my stuff there?
Dang. Just talk about his head. Don't get sensitive. Just talk about his back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was
like,
yeah, but yours is a little. You thought it.
how is I have on sweatpants. How is that?
You doing like this? You doing like this?
What you say? Let's get to work. Shedeur doesn't have all day.
As you can see, he's enjoying family time. That's what it's all about, everybody. And you could tell that his kids, his adult kids, they really love their father. It oozes all over the camera, as you can see right there. And this is very important because he made those key statements again to Andre Rison, that you can't be a teacher of young men on a football team but not be that type of mentor and be in the life of your kids. You just can't do that. It comes off unauthentic. Okay, now let me play another video where he's sort of talking about his hair here, and he's talking to his one of his oldest sons, which is Sanders Jr., and you know him, the great social media that he does again. And check this out. This is about relationships as a father, talking and developing that relationship with your kids.
Store shoot, doing the doggone thing. That's right. About to go in and get me a re-up. About to go and get the park back here in field. See what I do? Take hairs from over here and put them here. So it's my hat. Okay, this ain't no lace front. What else they be getting?
Lace front on that end.
What else? I thought this is.
You know,
They were full-blown wigs. Now.
yeah, lace front wigs, all that.
And this ain't no man wig, you know, that you can't get caught.
Oh yeah, they be putting the whole waves on people.
I ain't gonna go out like that. Get caught in the rain, not how I'm looking. But this is your hair that actually grows. I mean, your hair. And I can't wait. I'm excited. About to get my re-up. And my son. He's about to get his too. Let me see the camera, brother. Put it on your head.
This ain't got nothing to do with me, dog.
Let me see.
This ain't got nothing to do with it, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm still going strong a little bit.
You're going strong.
It's just up here. It's just.
Yeah, that's usually where it starts.
It's bad. Oh my
No,
bad.
it's not bad. No, you look good in the back. All that looks good.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I think you got your dad's grade for that too.
I'm trying. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. So there he is with one of his older sons. Incredible relationship that he shows you. And this is what's great about Coach Prime. He's giving us access to his family life, you know, a little bit of touch when he's with his family. He's giving us access to what's happening with his football program and talking to his young men. And this is fantastic. And if you know, when you do videos about them, they want, I believe that Coach Prime, he wants all of us to make these videos because it promotes not only his family, himself, but it promotes the college, the University of Colorado, and him as a coach. It's great promotions. It's priceless. But let me show you another video. This one was interesting with Shedeur Sanders, his son, where he talked about he just want attention. He just want attention. And y'all gotta see this one. And Shedeur is just kind of having fun here, but y'all gotta see this one and check it out.
Okay, don't start that.
All right, Dad.
Yeah,
All right.
don't start that.
What's wrong with your dad, man?
You just want some kids.
What's wrong with your dad?
You just want some kids.
What's wrong with your dad?
You just want some kids.
All right, everybody do cut.
That's fine. We got out over here.
Thank you.
My Dior.
I'm rolling
You know?
I'm rolling.
Thank you. Oh, you ready?
All right. Once again, it's obvious that he loves his kids. They love him. And it's obvious that he's been in their life. He's been a father. He's been a mentor. This is what it's all about, men. You have to be in the lives of your kid. Now, I know there are men out there that are going through child support situations and all of that. Family court sometimes doesn't always go in men's favor, but do whatever you can as men to do whatever you can possibly to be in the life of your children. They really need our guidance as well. But let me show you another video. This one I thought was really fun because once again, Shedeur Sanders was at a press conference and he was talking about, they were asking about his father as it relates to Ralphie, which is the mascot, the physical living mascot of Colorado. And Shedeur Sanders really said some things that cracked me up, made me laugh, because he talked about how his father was kind of scared of Ralphie. Let's just hear it right now. This is fantastic stuff.
CBS Sports Colorado. We all saw the video of your dad meeting Ralphie for the first time. I guess it was late last week. Has he finally recovered from that meeting, or what's he said to you about it?
I mean, I got to talk to him about it, though. You know, like, when I'm at home, it's just me time. Like, we separate the, dad from son at home. So I see him a lot all the time at the school. So when we get outside the walls, it's some me time. So I got to ask him about it. But I know he definitely was scared, like, whenever Ralphie ran back in the trailer, like, because I was scared through the phone. So.
Hey, look, everybody. I had a chance to see that video. Coach Prime was scared. And I got to be honest, I was scared for him. When Ralphie took off running and he was getting ready to run back into the trailer, and I guess they must have had some bars or something, and they said that he's going to stop at a certain point. Coach Prime was like, oh my God, he's coming at me at full speed. And I got to tell you, it was kind of scary. It was scary. I got to tell you, I can't lie. I was scared for him. And if I was there, I would have been like, let me get out of here. Anything I can, But look. Look, everybody. Once again, happy Father's Day. I think it's obvious that Coach Prime is a good father. because you heard Shedeur Sanders specifically say, hey, I see my father at school, I see him in the football facilities, and when we go home, we're able to separate player from being son. And he said a key thing here. This is very important. The key thing that Shedeur Sanders said, that when I'm at home, it's me time, meaning he needs time. He needs that fatherly time from his father. So that tells you, anytime a son, a daughter, your kids, especially at that age, are saying, when I'm at home, I want that father time from my father. You know, I think this speaks to what kind of man Coach Prime is and father he is, that his kids are not rejecting him. They want his time, and he makes them up. And what's smart about what he's doing here is that, yes, he's busy, he's coaching, but he's made his family a part of what he's doing. They're doing it together, and that's fantastic, and you got to give him credit for that. Okay, this is why this video that I'm going to show you next, where he's motivating his players in one of their team meetings, this is why this man has the right to say the things he does, to be as spirited as he is, and to tell his players, this is what you got to do to win, because he knows how to lead young people. He's leading his own family. He's mentoring his own kids to be successful, and therefore he is more than qualified as a man, as a father, on this Father's Day, to be doing and saying what he's doing at Colorado. Let's go right ahead and listen to this right now.
What would make today lovely? What would make it lovely for you? Another opportunity. I like opportunity. Right behind DT, what would make it lovely for you?
Knowing I got better.
Knowing you got better. What would make it lovely for you?
Be as productive as possible.
As productive as possible. What would make it lovely for you?
Nice cup of coffee.
Nice cup of coffee. You can make that happen immediately right after this meeting. What would make it lovely for you? Talking to your family? Do you have the propensity to make your day lovely? So why we ain't doing it? You waiting on today, and the day is waiting on you. You waiting on us, and we waiting on you. What would make today lovely? I do not have bad days. That's hard to say, Coach Brian. Why don't I have a bad day? I'm glad you asked. I can have a bad moment. I could even have a bad minute or a bad hour, but I would never allow it to get to the point where I have a bad day, because I'm in control of that. You do not have the remote control to my life to turn me on and off, high and low, and change the color any way you want. I got that. So knowing that you have the propensity, you have the power and authority to make your day a lovely day, why don't you do it? What are you waiting on? Help? What are you waiting on? Support? What are you waiting on? Somebody to ignite you? Somebody to turn your switch on? Somebody to yell at you, scream at you, cuss you out? What are you waiting on to make your day whatever you want it to be? We're winners. You got to start thinking that. I see about a quarter of y'all thinking that we're winners. Some of y'all still caught up in the last year, into yesterday, into last night, whatever argument, whatever disparity that you had with family, friends, or loved ones. We're winners. And we start by winning when we wake up. Before our feet hit the ground, we're thanking the Lord for this day. Because this is going to be a lovely day. Let's win today. Let's not walk on the field, period. Ain't no walking, nowhere. We running, we hustling. We supporting one another. We're encouraging one another. We're motivating one another. We're pushing one another. Guys, let's have a commitment to excellence today. Can we make today a lovely day?
Yes. Yes, you can. Everybody, I want to thank you again for supporting this channel. And as you can see, Coach Prime is saying, do we have the propensity to make this a lovely day? What I like about what he said is, he said, you don't have the control of me like a remote control to a TV to push my buttons and to manipulate how I behave. I control my behavior. It's about emotional maturity and how you control yourself, your anger, your emotions. And I think him saying that to these young men is very important. And he's qualified because he's instilling the same values in his own kids, and he is a father. Once again, everybody, this is Prime Sports Media. I thank you again. I'm your host. I'll be back with more presentation. Once again, let's pray and hope that the things work out for the best for Coach Prime as he's going through a medical circumstance that we all have been aware of that he had from Jackson State, but it seems like he's up against the wall now. And the question is, will he be able to make it through the season, make it through this summer, because he's got a lot of obligations, commercials, and various things that he does, promotional type stuff. Will he be able to make it through the summer into the season with his left foot being the way it is without having, unfortunately, a surgery to amputate? And I don't want that to happen at all. So it really, that is critical right now. And once again, he has family to give him that emotional support and friends that he needs. So with that said, everybody, you take care. This is Prime Sports Media. Thank you.